To graph G, you want to first put it into factored form. So you want to factor the 3 off the 3x, and we end up with 3 cos 3 bracket x minus pi over 3 minus 1. So the first thing done, we have this factored. We then want to establish what are the a, b, c, d, and the period of this function. So the amplitude in this case is going to be from that term there, so the amplitude is 3. The compression factor is going to be 3 in this case, and that makes our period 2 pi over 3. The c value is a horizontal shift, so we get a horizontal shift of positive pi over 3, and then we end up with a vertical shift of minus 1. So I'm going to start with that vertical shift and draw in the middle line. So minus 1, that represents our vertical shift line at negative 1. Our starting position is going to be at pi over 3, so I'm going to draw pi over 3 maybe right about there. So pi over 3. And using the period of 2 pi over 3, we're going to establish the end position here. So that's going to be our end position, and this is going to be at pi over 3 plus 2 pi over 3, which is pi. So I've got my quadrant. I'm going to draw in my quadrants here. So drawing in my quadrants, I've got my starting position, middle, end position, and then I'm going to draw my quadrants here. So I've got the quadrants coming through here and here. Okay, and we're going to establish those positions as well. So this is going to be 2 pi over 3. Halfway between 2 pi over 3 and pi over 3, well, we can take the average of that. So that's going to be pi over 2. This position is pi over 2. And then halfway between 2 pi over 3 and pi is going to be 5 pi over 6. Okay, and the easiest way to establish that is to add the exterior positions, 2 pi over 3 plus pi. That gives me 5 pi over 3, divide by 2 to get the middle or average, so I get 5 pi over 6. So at this point it's a cosine function, so I'm going to use the amplitude of 3 to get the maximum position that we're going to start from. So it's going to start at pi over 3, it's going to come down to the middle. Again, we're going to use that amplitude, so we end up at negative 4, positive 2. Okay, that's going to be the middle. The bottom position is at negative 4. Again, we go back up to the middle and back to the top. So those 5 positions help me establish, and the quadrants help me establish how to draw this graph. So I'm going to draw in my quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. And the reason why I split this up into the quadrants is so that we get that 4-part symmetry, because each quadrant is symmetrical to the other.